The war in Ukraine is gradually turning into a drone war. The most advanced drones, robots, and unmanned systems in the world are being tested here. The best military companies in the world have started developing various types of military drones and methods to counter them. The most difficult task is figuring out how to counter small FPV drones with grenades capable of destroying tanks on the battlefield. Russia has not yet solved this problem, which is why they are losing hundreds and thousands of tanks and armored vehicles. The Russians hoped that electronic warfare systems would be the best countermeasure, but the Ukrainians always find ways to bypass them. But Western military companies have already realized, you don't need to run and hide from drones, you need to shoot them down. The first prototypes of large caliber guns capable of shooting down mini FPV drones have already been created. This anti-aircraft artillery system has a powerful sensor that rotates in all directions to track and monitor targets, paired with a 40mm cannon that can adjust its firing rate and shoot up to a distance of 12.5 kilometers. It poses a significant threat to all types of unmanned aerial systems. You have probably seen this robot from Boston Dynamics before. This seemingly harmless robot has a wide range of potential applications for beneficial purposes, if not for one caveat. The Chinese military took this development as a basis and turned it into a weapon called the Golden Dragon. This drone, equipped with automatic weapons, looks very promising. It can serve as a combat scout during military operations. I think the Chinese deserve a thumbs up for implementing such an unusual and futuristic development, which cannot be said about neighboring Russia. This is a towing vehicle that also serves a logistical purpose, but its effectiveness in combat conditions is highly questionable. It has a noisy 20 horsepower engine, and all of its functions are mechanical. The technological gap compared to the previous drone from China is evident. But it's important to note that this is the work of enthusiasts rather than a large military company. Let's return to the air defense systems. This is Skynex from Rheinmetall. By the way, several of these units have been sent to Ukraine for testing. The heart of the system is the multifunctional Oerlikon X-TAR 3D radar, which provides highly accurate detection and tracking of targets at long distances. Skynex is equipped with the Oerlikon revolver gun Mk3, capable of firing up to 1,000 rounds per minute, ensuring the destruction of even the fastest targets. An interesting detail that many overlook is the 35mm programmable ammunition. The programming of the shells is done through an integrated fire control system. When the gun is aimed and fired, the computer takes into account the projectile's speed, barrel wear, and even temperature, calculating the exact point in the projectile's trajectory where it should explode. This information is transmitted to the projectile's fuse, after which 150 tungsten fragments leave no chance for any drone. And here is the 25mm M242 automatic cannon mounted on the Bradley IFV. While this vehicle may not have such an advanced camera with automatic target tracking, it does have a skilled Ukrainian soldier on board who expertly shoots down a Russian drone, as you can see in this footage. And this is a drone with drones on board. Yes, this unmanned machine has a range of several kilometers. It carries about 20 drones. These kamikaze drones are programmed and designed for demining a specific area. By the way, did you notice the obstacle in the form of barbed wire in the video? For this drone, any wires are not a problem. The S-MET drone can also remove other obstacles, such as concrete blocks and anti-tank mines. It has enough energy for approximately 72 hours, and due to its versatility, it can also transport ammunition, provisions, equipment, and other supplies to meet the logistical needs of infantry. Ukrainian developers are also advancing in this direction. In these shots, you can see various models of drones, including logistical and combat support vehicles for infantry. This multifunctional unmanned ground vehicle, designed to reduce the number of soldiers on the battlefield, is already being used by Ukrainian forces. This vehicle is modular, giving it a number of advantages on the battlefield. It can be used as a radar. Using it, the operator, while remaining in a protected position, can provide cover or even conduct assault operations. Thanks to its modular system, it quickly transforms from a combat drone into a useful logistical transport that can conduct evacuations, remove various obstacles, or assist other equipment in overcoming difficult off-road terrain. The Russians are also developing various types of drones. For example, here's a radio-controlled cargo platform designed to transport supplies and ammunition to reduce the burden on soldiers. Its advantages include low cost and simplicity of design, but it cannot operate independently over long distances, requiring the operator to stay within a few meters of it at all times. The war in Ukraine has also been a huge catalyst for the development of maritime drones. A large number of ships of various types were relocated to the ports of Crimea after its occupation in 2014. In 2022, shortly after the start of hostilities, Russia began losing ships one after another. Paradoxically, Ukraine does not have a naval fleet per se. It's all about the drones. For example, here is the Ukrainian drone Magura V5, which has repeatedly struck the Russian fleet. In this footage, you can see Russian soldiers spotting the drone and opening fire on it. In vain, as the drone confidently reaches its target. The drone is controlled from the shore within a range of 400 kilometers, with an operational autonomy of up to 60 hours. Despite weighing 1,000 kilograms, it has exceptional maneuverability and can reach speeds of up to 42 knots. The Magura drone is equipped with a camera, allowing the operator to perform tasks both during the day and at night. During the day, it is, of course, more visible. Here is a video of a Russian helicopter attempting to destroy the drone. The Helix B helicopter opens fire, but fails to sink the drone. This is not the military's first encounter with the Ukrainian drone, but this time a missile was spotted on board the Magura, possibly intended for a small boat. This Ukrainian drone inspired the Yemeni Houthis, who showcased their own unmanned boat, the Tufan 1, for the first time. However, there are reports that Iranian involvement, in the form of funding for this project, was also a factor. According to the developers, this maritime drone can reach speeds of 35 miles per hour, has high maneuverability, carries a 150-kilo warhead, and is designed for targeting maritime objectives within a small radius. The presence of a landing gear and a steering wheel stands out, but their purpose remains unclear. However, in the video, it is evident that the tester does not touch the steering wheel with his hands, and he is not even sitting in the control seat. In these frames, you can see the testing of the Tufan 1 boat, or more precisely, the aftermath that a ship will face after encountering the drone. Just look at the huge hole left after the collision. The test was successful, and the ship was completely destroyed and sent to the bottom. These are the footage of a real attack by Yemeni Houthis on the Greek tanker Tudor in the Red Sea using an unmanned boat of a different type. Look at that massive explosion! A moment later, another strike hits a different part of the ship. Soon after, there are several more drone strikes. The vessel sustained serious damage and eventually sank, with the crew being evacuated. Another region where we might soon witness battles involving naval drones is Taiwan. Since 2022, China has been escalating the situation by conducting military exercises in the area. China views Taiwan as a breakaway province that should eventually come back under Beijing's control. However, Taiwan considers itself an independent country with its own constitution and democratically elected leaders. China no longer hides its intentions of invading and capturing Taiwan. This is evident from media reports and statements made by high-ranking Chinese officials. In response, Taiwan, besides mining its coastline, is also developing various types of drones. One such drone is the Seawolf 400 underwater drone. It can be used for reconnaissance, as well as to attack various boats that might attempt to land troops. Its tests are successful, and a full-scale version is already prepared. In the field of airspace, advancements are also happening very rapidly. Many countries and companies that were already involved in the development and production of unmanned systems are now even more focused on creating various types of drones. One of these reconnaissance drones is the EOS, which can fly for up to 2 hours without recharging. It features a very important vertical takeoff capability, which expands its range of applications. A key component of such devices is their eyes, so to speak. This drone is equipped with a camera that provides very high-quality images not only during the day but also at night. which is crucial because logistics and equipment movements often take place at night. But the truly resilient unmanned aerial vehicle is the Vanilla, which is currently being tested by the US Armed Forces. It can stay in the air for up to 10 days and is capable of carrying a payload of up to 68 kilograms for up to 4 days. The tests are being conducted in the Indo-Pacific region during Valiant Shield 24 at Andersen Air Force Base in Guam. The new aircraft is being evaluated for its potential in providing surveillance and reconnaissance for the US military. On the other side of the ocean, the European giant Rheinmetall has developed a combat drone equipped with smaller drones that are stored inside it. It does not require a runway for takeoff. Instead, it is launched from a special platform. During the flight, it is controlled from a special station where not only the camera images are monitored, but also many other important parameters, thanks to SIGINT capabilities and the communication network relay. When the operator gives the command, the drone starts deploying the smaller drones. After targeting, the drones equipped with explosives methodically begin to destroy the targets. Another important aspect is the destruction of drones. Increasingly, situations arise where drones destroy other drones in various ways, even using a simple stick, as you can see in this video where a Ukrainian drone equipped with a stick takes down another Russian drone. Here's another instance of a more expensive Russian reconnaissance drone, the Zala, being shot down. Instead of using Patriot missiles that cost $3 million each, it was taken down with a relatively inexpensive drone. Here's a video of a $12,000 Russian Lancet drone, which is equivalent to the American Switchblade 600, being shot down. While some influential people, dreaming of a better future, invest money in something useful, promising, and interesting, other influential people invest money in destruction and devastation. So one hopes that sanctions and isolation will lead to aggressive countries, dependent on the technological progress of civilized nations, being unable to manifest their aggression, and that technology will be used exclusively for peaceful and beneficial purposes.